In this video, we're going to show you how to redirect error rows from a source file import and direct them into an error rows file. In a previous video, we showed you how to use for each loop container to look in a folder and process all the files that are in there, and a script task to dynamically set the file connection properties. This video, we're going to show you how to actually do those for the rejects file and write out the bad rows into a rejected file. So what we want to do now is look at how to collect rejected rows. And what we do is on the file, on the source, we would actually tell the source to redirect rows to a different place. Well, first of all, we need to actually create a rejected rows file. So what we'll simply do is create another flat file connection manager. We'll call this rejects, and we'll let it have the same. Yeah, let's get to the right place. Okay, here we go, import files, yep, bad files, bad file. Okay, so it's just going to simply have the same number of columns. We've already got a bad file already there. First row will have column names, that's fine. Yeah, you can see some bad data in there because obviously that column 2 should be a number. Okay, so we've got a rejects connection manager, which is where the rejected rows are going to be sent to. But what we've got to do is tell the source not to fail the component on an error, but to actually redirect the row. And also, on a truncation error, we want it to redirect the row. So a quick way of doing this is just highlight all 4 rows down the bottom, say redirect row, and apply it to all 4. So all 4 conditions there for both columns will redirect rows, and the connection manager is the source connection is telling us that there is no output line for the redirected rows, so they will be lost. So what we'll do is we'll put another flat file connection manager on here as a destination. This is going to be the rejected rows flat file, and we'll simply connect the red line onto there. Yeah. So the redirected rows will go into the rejected file. We'll set it as rejects, mappings. What we'll actually do is we'll take the full row, put that in column 1, and we'll put the error code as column 2. What it will do is just simply create another line and put the error code in that. So that's our mappings done. Control flow now. What we must do is dynamically set the connection of the rejects file, because we need a rejected folder and we need to rename the file as well. So what we'll do is we need to add in another package variable. We'll call this reject path. It'll be a string, and that'll be a different folder to the import files folder. That's not got a bad files, it's got a rejected. Okay, we haven't actually got a rejected files. We'll create that folder. Okay, there we go. So in the import files, we've got a bad file. Looks like that. And we've got a good file. Okay. We're going to write the rejected path to config now, our SQL config, just in case we need to change it at a later date. So we'll write the variable rejected path into the SQL SSIS configurations table. Yep, all done. Now in the script task, what we've got to do is we've got to add that as a read-only variable, and then we will be able to dynamically set the connection for the rejects file connection manager. So we'll simply copy and paste that row and then edit it accordingly. So this is going to be the rejects file, and the file path is going to be the reject path. And what we'll do is we'll add some indicator to the front of the file to indicate that this file contains bad rows, so it needs investigating. So we'll just prefix it with bad rows and an underscore, and then all will be done on the script task. Okay, so that's it. That's all done and dusted in the script task, and away we go. Okay, one more thing I wanted to do was actually add in a SQL task to truncate the staging table. So let's actually add that in now. Let's configure this. Let's rename it first and then we'll configure it. So truncate staging. Make it a little bit bigger and then we'll edit it. Okay. Connections training destination, and it's simply truncate table staging file. All done and dusted, and then let's connect that up to the for each loop container. So we run the truncate staging first and then off we go examining the file. Okay, let's just check this now. So the import file, rejected rows goes in there. Let's give it a run. So that flashed twice, so we've processed 2 files by the looks of that. Let's have a look in our staging table. The first file contained 4 rows, the good file, and the bad file contained 1 good row. So there's the good row. Let's have a look in the bad file. As you can see, 3 bad rows and then 1 good row at the bottom. So that 1 good row went in and the bad rows didn't. The good file contained 4 good rows, so that's why we've got 5 in the staging table. So let's have a look at the rejected and see what's been created in the rejected files folder. So we've got a bad rows good file, which will be an empty file, but it will contain 2 column names. And the bad file itself contains the 3 bad rows, but because the 3 bad rows have a carriage return line feed on the end, the error code comes after them. So you actually get the error message or the error number at the end of them. So that's redirecting error rows into an error file